This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Continuing with the Bahamas tonight, the economic crisis is being blamed for an increase in poverty.
The results of the 2013 Household Expenditures Survey show that the figures are up from the 2001 study.
Charisma Robinson reports.
The Department of Statistics and government consultants have established a new higher poverty line valued at $11.64 a day per person, or $4,247 per year per person. This poverty line represents the minimum amount of money required to afford a low-cost diet plus some essential non-food needs. Once this new poverty line was established, officials concluded that the national poverty rate for the Bahamas in 2013 stood at 12.5%, which is higher than the 2001 rate of 9.3%. Officials say a possible explanation for this increase is linked to the global financial crisis in 2008, when there was a significant increase in the unemployment rate from 8.7% in 2008 to 15.4% in 2013. While the incidence of poverty in the Family Islands climbed to 17.2%, officials say the majority of the poor, 71.5%, resides on New Providence, mainly due to the high concentration of the total population living here. The results also suggest that migrants from Haiti are the groups living in the worst economic conditions, as 37.7% of them are in poverty. But what is particularly alarming for officials is the high incidence of poverty among people younger than 20 years old.
The problem will not go away unless we deal with it. And I believe that the government is now trying to do something. I just want to encourage them to take it to another level.
The government is working and continues to work aggressively to put in place employment opportunities for our people.
But the results of this study brings about a clearer picture for those charged with implementing government's social safety net program, as it was intended to properly identify certain population groups most in need.
This study shows that the government is on target with the social safety net reform, because that puts in place the conditional cash transfer, and it will impact the educational level as well as the health level of poor families. And we know that we are being depended on to really buffer programs like that. And so we are working very diligently to have it in place sometime next year.
In order to adequately keep track of the ongoing socio-economic conditions in this country, the Department of Statistics will conduct surveys every 5 years. This, they say, will also assist government as it continues to fight poverty. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Well, a deadline is fast approaching, which the government hopes will plug the loopholes which have contributed to decades-long immigration breaches.
Come November 1st, migrants without passports will be deported. Recently, Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell addressed how the new policy will affect the children of these migrants, considering the convention which mandates that children, regardless of their status, must be given free access to education.
We have interdiction exercises, checks, and there'll be deportation. That's the deal. The Ministry of Education, the Education Act, says that all children are supposed to be in school, so children aren't made to suffer. But once their parents are deported, the children have to go with the parents.
Minister Mitchell added that it will take more than policy enforcement for the country's immigration problems to improve.
Rules and regulations don't solve anything. What it is the people of the country have to support the fact that the rules and regulations are going to be enforced. And too often, people get carried away with sympathy for one thing or the next, one reason or the next, and they begin chipping away at the rules. The favorite one is, I want you to arrest everybody except the person who's close to me. And we have to move away from that. And so we'll see over time. The thing is, it's not a process which is finished. You have to keep tweaking it and you have to keep changing it because, of course, the market for smuggling changes. They have new methods. They try new things. So you have to always be looking at it all the time to make sure that you are switching as they switch or that you're ahead of them.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Sieska Adderley. An accountant who lobbied on behalf of web shop operators is reiterating the economic benefits of the industry's legalization and regularization. Managing partner at HLB Galanis & Co., Philip Galanis, says plans are already underway for operators to offer an initial public offering to the general public. This would allow the average Bahamian to purchase shares from these operations. He believes it's a win-win situation for all.
I believe that that is going to be a very positive thing, because what it means is that you will have a broader base of participation in the economy, and the benefits that accrue therefrom will be shared by the average Bahamian, which is a positive thing.
In other business news, Arnold Donald, who heads a $3.6 billion Carnival Corporation, will headline the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation annual Mix and Mingle for business leaders on October 2nd. The networking reception will be held at the Billfish restaurant at Palm Key. And in international news, striking Air France pilots have rejected an offer by the airline aimed at resolving the dispute. According to the union, a proposed suspension of plans to develop the airline's budget carrier, Transavia, was a smokescreen that offered no more guarantees than the previous offers. It has been costing the firm $19.3 million a day. The 8-day-old strike is the airline's longest since 1998. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scotterly.